Good morning and welcome to Something Saturday. So I thought actually before we start, I'm just going to show you a little something that arrived for me the other day. So I actually have got to 200,000 what's called CSV, which is Stampin' Up! Dollars, in sales. So I dread to think how much of it is me that actually spent it. But for those of you, you get two little diamonds when you get, so 100,000, 200,000. So for those of you who have bought things off me, I want to say thank you so much, because it's quite a privilege to be able to get to, well, this stage, and also to have met you, to actually know you guys is amazing. So I'm very blessed to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And actually this month, if anyone is interested in joining, there is an amazing joining special. I'll put the details into the chat, and I will also put them into my blog post. So it is well worth checking out my blog post, because I do put links to everything that I use in there, if you want a direct link. Okay, so today we are going to use the Cheers and Sips, which I have a feeling I have used before, but just in case I haven't, this is it. So you've got cheers to you, to us, it's your day, and let's celebrate are the words. And then you've got a couple of drinks. You've got this little umbrella, and you can use the part of that to be your little stick for your umbrella. You've also got a cherry and all these other bits and pieces. So raspberry or blackberry or blue boysenberry or whatever you want to call it. And apparently I have a little fly floating past me. An olive. Yeah, so there's all sorts of different things in there, and a couple of bits of greenery. They look like carrot leaves to me. I'm not too sure why you would put carrot leaves on top of a drink, but hey, anything's possible. So then these are the dies that go with it. So obviously you can see that there is the big drink there, which does this one. Hang on, I'm going to put that onto an angle, because I'm pretty sure otherwise you're going to get a glow or, a light doodah back on it. So you've got your big drink, your small drink, your varying different things to cut out. And also this one here, which kind of gives you like a frosted glass look, which I don't think I have anywhere to show you. Oh, hang on a sec. I lied. This is it here. So hang on a minute, just see whether we can focus in on it. Yes, you can sort of see just those little frosted dot bits on it. So that's one of the cards that I have made using this suite. I'll try and do it so it doesn't shimmy at you and cause you blindness, as it were. Let's just refocus. Pop that back down there. So that's your dies and your dies and your stamp set even. So also in this suite, I actually recommend getting the entire suite, because the whole lot is amazing, is this beautiful ribbon. So this is called Gold Striped Mesh Ribbon. And yeah, it is really stunning. And it's like all Stampin' Up! Ribbons, it's really soft. So I just think their ribbons are amazing. Let's just clip that back on there. I have found that if you have a little bulldog clip and you put it on there, it stops your ribbon unravelling on you. This is another part of the suite, which are the holographic resin dots. And coming up. Not sure whether you can see them as well as I would like you to, but that's them. Let's just refocus again. Pop those down there. Tuck them back in. And then the rest of the suite, I think I've got everything else, is the papers. So the papers are 12 by 12. So obviously I have cut some of these down and used them, but one of them is like this, that it's got lots of little drinks and cup bottles and jars, jugs and things, and then that's the other side. This side has just this melee of fruit, and that, yes, I have a feeling I'd have definitely shown you this before, because I have this recollection of showing you that colour before, unless I just showed you the colours, of course. Then there is this, which is a big sheet, obviously, because it's 12 by 12 rather than being 6 by 12. And that's what's on the other side. There's this one, not my favourite, but I don't mind the other side, which is orange. Tiger, timid tiger. Yep, getting the hang of these in colours. And then this one here, and a bit of green, which I think is probably old olive. And then the last one is this absolutely gorgeous one, which you can just cut them all out. And whilst it does have this on the back, which is not bad, personally, this is my favourite part of it, and I would cut all the drinks out and use those. So that is what the cardstock is like. And guess what? We are not going to use it. So I am going to pop that lot away. So my aim is to use basically some of these. Anyway, let's start off. So when you are adding your stamps that are kind of wiggly like this, if you put them down on your surface, they will conform to the right shape, so you can then pick them up with your block. So recommend you do it that way, because then if you go to cut them out with the die, they will fit in the die. Whereas if you try and put them on yourself, so say you decide, oh, I'm going to put it on like that, you'll actually see that it doesn't end up exactly right. So then it's not going to cut out properly with your die. So die! Yes, moving on. I actually don't know what I'm going to use yet. I might use some of the little ice cubes. But my plan is to stamp on black with my white, which I know I did this either last week or the week before, that I was using white on dark colours, but then I was using it with bleach and I was painting the white on, whereas this time I'm actually going to stamp with the white, and then I'm going to use my watercolour pencils on top of it. And it is so cool. If I haven't shown you this before, it is worth it. Right, let's just add one drink into there, one drink, two drinks. Let's give those a bit of a clean off. Now bear in mind that the white does stay wet for a little bit, so you do want to give it a little bit of time to cool off, dry off. But in the meantime, I think I might add a couple of ice cubes to one of these, and not sure what else to add into these. And I know you can put these sort of things inside your drink, can't you? Some people do that. I wonder if it's worth putting a couple of weird things into my drink. I might add a bit of fruit in my drink. How about I could add an orange on the top like that, so that it's down the top. And maybe just add a couple of strawberries onto it. Oh, don't really know why I did that. That was clever, wasn't it? Take it off one step, move it, or take it off one block and move it onto the other block. They don't call me clever for nothing. So let's add those two in there. Give them a good clean off. Let's just do the same thing again. And why? Because I can. I'm going to add this one onto the top of this one. And kind of feel like it would look good with the umbrella somewhere. I don't know if I could fit the umbrella in there as well. What could I put into this one? I wonder if it would look right having something like that on it. Maybe I'll just leave that one plain, but I'll use the umbrella. There we go. So I may add more to it in a bit, but we'll start with those ones. And then just grab your watercolour pencils. So I have accumulated quite a few watercolour pencils because I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for some time. There are 2 different packs of watercolour pencils, and I definitely have both packs in here, and probably plus more, to be perfectly honest. And those are just extra things that I have in here because I know they work really well with the watercolour pencils when I'm not using black. I just hasten to add that. All right, so we're going to start off with a bit of real red for our strawberries. And it's so cool because it actually does show up on the black. Just wondering what colour to do my ice cubes in, whether to do them in a blue or to do them in a white. Might do a little bit of white. But maybe add a little bit of blue into it as well. Yeah, that looks all right. Question is now what colour to do my drink and my my little umbrella. So how about nope, that's not bright enough. I was going to add a bit of different colour into the bottom of it just to make it a bit more interesting. There we go. Okay. You'll notice when I'm doing this that I'm just going over what's actually already coloured in, just to give it that little bit of look as if it's, got the drink around it rather than being really sort of in the foreground, if that makes sense. Oh, no idea what colours to use. There we go. I might just use my rubber just down the side there to get rid of any excess that has come out that shouldn't have done. But that is pretty cool actually, isn't it? The way that it pops out of the black. I have got one that I made earlier. Oh, look, it's like Blue Peter, isn't it? Here's one I made earlier. Let's just stand up and see whether you can actually see it. Oh, look at that. And that one. So I might add a few more bits and pieces around, and then I'll mount it up onto a card. And if you head along and check out my blog, the link will be below, then you'll be able to see what I actually did with it. And you will also, as I mentioned earlier, you'll see all the links to all the products that I've used. And come back and join me next week. Thanks so much for joining me. Okay, bye.